Aaron Saxon leaned against the doorway of their sleek penthouse, his worn-out gym shorts and faded tank top hanging loose on his wiry, athletic frame. His knuckles whitened as he gripped the doorframe, steadying himself while Liam Cole, his husband of 2 years, dropped a bombshell that hit like a sucker punch. Liam stood there in a sharp black trench coat, his chiseled jaw set, hazel eyes betraying a flicker of guilt. "Aaron, I'm done. I want a divorce," he said, voice clipped. "I'm with Hannah now." Aaron's jaw tightened, his mind racing to process the betrayal. "Hold up, she doesn't know you're married?" His voice was low, laced with a barely contained edge, like he was one wrong word away from throwing a punch. 2 years ago, a brutal epidemic had ripped through Aranoland, spreading chaos like wildfire. Liam, straight out of grad school and working at a top hospital, had volunteered to jet overseas. They'd just grabbed their marriage license, ink still fresh, when Liam boarded that plane. Now he strutted back just to torch their life together. And the woman he'd fallen for? Hannah Gibson, the golden girl of the Gibson family. "We rushed into this marriage," Liam said, like it was no big deal. "Hannah was one of the first volunteers. She had no idea I was taken." Aaron's lips curled into a grim smirk. His stance shifted as he crossed his arms, muscles tensing. "So, you just forgot to mention your husband while you were cozying up to her?" "No way," Liam snapped, his face reddening. "It wasn't like that, Aaron. That epidemic was hell. Hannah had my back, saved my life more than once, putting hers on the line. We fought that virus side by side, day in, day out, and feelings happened." He softened, eyes pleading for understanding. "Look, we both know this marriage was a patch job. There's no fire here. If your dad hadn't bailed out my grandpa, we wouldn't be in this mess. Hannah and me? That's real. We're all in." Aaron let out a harsh chuckle, his voice dripping with disdain. "Real cute, Liam. You're the one who got down on one knee, sold me on forever. Don't play like I twisted your arm." To pay it back, Aaron had thrown himself into saving the Cole Group, Liam's family's crumbling empire. He dumped his own money into it, burned the midnight oil, learning business and finance from scratch, and busted his ass to keep it afloat. When Liam's grandfather fell ill, Aaron was the guy to specialists, tracked down the best doctors, and covered every dime. Liam's mom and brother wanted new watches, tailored suits, and luxury cars. Aaron wrote the checks without a nod. He ran the company, the house, footing every bill the Coles racked up. And now Liam had the balls to say there was no spark between them. Liam's face flushed, but he doubled down. "I'm sorry, all right? Grandpa respects you, and back then I thought you'd make a solid Cole. I rolled with it, made those vows, said I'd come back. If I hadn't met Hannah, I'd have toughed it out, kept up the act. We could have been one of those low-drama couples." Aaron was over it. No use hashing this out in the doorway like some chump. He straightened, his voice cold and final. "Fine, I'll sign the papers. We're done." Liam blinked, clearly rattled by how fast he agreed, but relief spread across his face. After a pause, he scratched his neck and muttered, "So, you sticking with Cole Group?" Aaron's eyes sharpened, his stance wide like he was ready to deck him. "You shitting me? Why would I hang around after this?" Liam shifted, uneasy. "Hannah helped develop the protease inhibitor for the virus. She's already landed a big gig with Carano Global Health. I'm still on probation, so I'm heading back to Aranoland." Aaron's fists balled up, shock fueling his words. "Wait, Hannah worked on the inhibitor? Why is this the first I'm hearing about it?" Liam's eyes gleamed as he hyped up Hannah's role at Carano Global Health. "She's a damn genius with drug research, but she's too straight up for the corporate meat grinder. All that scheming and backstabbing Cole Group would chew her up. You, though, you're built for it, a natural in the tank. That's why Grandpa's so high on you. He might not even greenlight this divorce." His tone had a bitter edge, like he hated the cutthroat game that propped up his cushy world. Perched at the top, Liam sneered at the grinders who kept his family's fortune flowing. Aaron's smirk was pure acid. How'd I ever think this guy had my six? Missing the shift in Aaron's mood, Liam barreled on. "Here's the play. You stay at Cole Group, Grandpa won't kick up dust. Stick it out, and I'll toss you 1% of the shares. That's millions a month. Easy." Aaron barked a laugh, his voice raw. 1%? You think I'm some sellout? You want me to sign off, clear the way for you and Hannah, and then stick around to mop up Cole Group's messes while you two cash out? No chance. Liam's jaw tightened, a spark of anger in his eyes. He thought he'd dangled a fat prize, and Aaron was spitting on it. "Messes? Cole Group's a damn gold mine, with or without you." He leaned in, voice hot with frustration. "Carano Global Health's where it's at, Aaron. Hannah and I are doing work that counts, saving lives. You're out here living large, so what's your deal?" Aaron stepped forward, his broad shoulders squared, eyes boring into Liam's. "I'm done with Cole Group, and I don't want your scraps. I hold 4%, $1.4 billion at today's numbers. I'm cashing out and walking." Liam's jaw hit the floor. 4%? How the hell did you snag that much of Cole Group? 2 years back, when your company was circling the drain, I dropped $150 million to keep it breathing, Aaron said, his voice like gravel. Liam scoffed, not buying it. $150 million? What, were they handing out shares like candy? Liam knew about the crisis and that Aaron had stepped up, but nobody mentioned him coughing up that kind of cash. 4% for that price was a bargain, too good to be true. He must have worked some backroom deal to grab those shares cheap. The thought made Liam's blood boil. Aaron found his skepticism almost laughable, but was done arguing. When Liam opened his mouth to push back, Aaron slammed the door in his face with a sharp bang, the frame rattling like his own pent-up fury. Liam's face darkened, and he stormed off to Hannah Gibson's apartment that night. At Hannah's place, Liam unloaded everything Aaron had thrown at him. Hannah's brows furrowed, her sharp features tightening. Cole Group's a beast. A rough patch 2 years ago wouldn't crash the shares that hard. $150 million for 4%? No way. And where do you even get that kind of cash? She shook her head, her deep-set eyes flashing with scorn. I thought he was some bold, straight-shooter type. Guess I misread him. Opportunists, more like it. With her commanding presence, piercing gaze, and chiseled cheekbones, Hannah always seemed in control. Liam's mood soured further. 2 years ago, Aaron had been solid, a guy who fit his world. Now, after 2 years of living high, he was demanding $1.4 billion like it was pocket change. Forget it, Liam growled. He's not getting a penny of that million either. Hannah arched a brow, her voice cool and measured. He grew up on the streets, then played trophy husband for 2 years. No shock, he's hooked on the Lux life. If he'd just sign the papers and bounce, I'd toss him $3 million to ease the sting. Liam's heart warmed at her generosity. He pulled her close, murmuring, Hannah, you're too good for this. I'm damn lucky to have you. She smirked, rolling her eyes playfully. Aaron's got no degree, no real skills. Man to man, I'm not here to crush him. Their eyes met, the air crackling. Hannah broke away first, but Liam was already hooked, scooping her up with a grin and heading for the bedroom. Babe, we've been missing out on us time too long. Hannah didn't hesitate, peeling off her clothes with a teasing smile, leaning in for a kiss that lit the night. Aaron owned a gritty downtown loft, and once he decided to end his marriage, he grabbed his duffel, stuffed it with gym gear and essentials, and peeled out. After a quick shower, he crashed onto his couch, cracking another beer and smirking at the thought of no early grind at Cole Group. Divorce? Best damn call I've made, he muttered, kicking back with a long swig. His phone pinged with a text from Benjamin Hayes. Benjamin, Aaron, that proposal's fire. I'm in for the Cole Group gig. Aaron's fingers flew over the screen. Yo, Benjamin, heads up, I'm bailing on Cole Group. Might want to rethink that deal. Could tank without me. Cole Group was a viper pit, and though Daniel had a blind spot for the creeps, Aaron had kept them in line. Once he was out, those jackals would run wild. Across town, a silver-haired man rose from his chair, his sly grin glinting in his hazy eyes. His jittery butler hustled over. Mr. Hayes, you good? What's the deal? Benjamin grabbed the butler's arm, practically buzzing. Get moving. Dig up if Aaron's really dumping his marriage. Liam's return was old news. Benjamin had heard it weeks back. But Aaron bailing on Cole Group? That was a signal for big drama. The butler frowned. Sir, Liam just got back. No way he's splitting with Aaron, right? Benjamin rolled his eyes, waving him off. Kid, you're clueless. That Cole guy's a total bore. I met him, dull as dirt. If Aaron's walking, Sebastian's got a shot. Quit standing there and get the scoop. The next morning, Aaron's phone buzzed with a call from Liam's grandfather, Daniel Cole. He slid into his black SUV and rolled up to the sprawling Cole Manor. At the gate, he nearly collided with Liam and Hannah, their hands locked, looking like they'd stepped out of some cheesy rom-com. Their eyes clashed, his, Liam's, Hannah's, and the air sizzled with bad blood. Just then, Alina Cole, Liam's mom, swept out, her smile brighter than a car ad. She grabbed Hannah's hand, giving it a warm squeeze. Hannah, you're here. God, I've missed you, girl. Missed you too. Hannah shot back, all charm and dimples. Elena fussed over Hannah before her gaze flicked to Aaron, one eyebrow arched like a soap opera villain. Aaron, you've been killing it at Cole Group these past 2 years. Call it even. Just sign the divorce papers already. Let's move on. From the moment Aaron married into the Coles, Elena hadn't dared play the evil mother-in-law card. Not because she didn't want to. She was just outmaneuvered. She'd pegged Aaron as a scrappy small-town pushover. Big mistake. Aaron had rolled in, taken charge of the household, and snagged a VP gig at Cole Group. Elena's sneaky plans? Dead. She'd had to play nice, and it ate her alive. Now, with Liam back and ready to ditch Aaron, Elena was practically popping champagne. Her chin tilted high, eyes sharp, she added, "Oh, and stop grabbing me that watch brand. Just give me the supplier's contact." Aaron's lips quirked into a smug half-smile. Without a word, he brushed past Elena and headed for the house, bound for Daniel's study. Elena's face soured, her pride bruised. "Chutch, street rat. No class," she muttered. Hannah, smooth as ever, stepped in. "Don't let him bug you, Mrs. Cole. That watch, what's the deal? I'll track it down." Elena's frown eased. "You're a sweetheart, Hannah. I'll shoot you a pic later." Elena didn't come from money. Even after 20 years as a Cole, she'd never cracked the high society clique. Then Aaron showed up with this no-name watch, sleek, unbranded, nothing flashy. Elena had scoffed until a rough day pushed her to try it. Bam, her style was on point, turning heads. She started hyping it to the elite crowd who'd laughed at the plain case. But when they saw Elena stealing the spotlight, they were begging for her secret. The watch wasn't sold anywhere, so Elena had been scoring a dozen a month from Aaron, using it to finally win over the rich set. The thought of Aaron ghosting her and leaving her high and dry with her new pals kept her up at night. Hannah's offer was a lifeline. Practically giddy, Elena waved them off and pranced to a brunch. Liam threaded his fingers through Hannah's, leading her upstairs. In the study, Daniel, 80-something but still a business legend, sat waiting. The sight of Liam and Hannah all cozy sent him into a rage. His face went crimson, and he hurled a mug across the room. Liam yanked Hannah out of the way as it zipped past their heads, shattering against the wall. Shards flew, nearly nicking Hannah's ankle. Liam's jaw tightened, his glare locked on Aaron. "What kind of garbage did you feed Grandpa?" Aaron's lips twitched, but before he could fire back, Daniel pounded the desk, his voice booming. "You ungrateful punk. Aaron's been loyal for 2 years, and you roll in with some fling whining about a divorce?" Hannah's eyes narrowed at fling, a spark of anger flaring. Liam shot back. "Grandpa, Hannah's the Gibson family's pride, Mandino City's golden girl. You used to rave about her. How can you just buy Aaron's story and trash Hannah like that?" Daniel was fuming, his hands trembling as he gripped his cane and stood. "Sneaking around as the other woman? You're calling me trash her?" Hannah's face went cold as ice. "Mr. Cole, I didn't know your grandson was married when we started. If I'd known, a woman like me, with a clean slate, would have bolted." She spun on Liam, her eyes blazing. "You swore you and Aaron were done. That divorce was a done deal. That's the only reason I gave you a shot. Now I'm stuck with this other woman crap and everyone's laughing. Clean up your mess, Liam. We're through." Hannah stormed toward the door, but Liam grabbed her arm, his voice low and desperate. "Hannah, don't bail. Grandpa's been played by Aaron's lies, that's all. If you walk, he'll never sign those papers. He'll bleed Cole Group dry, and my family's done." His plea hit hard, tugging at her. Hannah stopped, turning slowly. "You've got 1 day to fix this." "Got it," Liam said, relief flooding his face. He faced his grandfather, his tone rock solid. "Grandpa, I only married Aaron because you wouldn't let me study abroad. It was a dumb move, and I never loved him. Hannah's the one. She's shown me what real love feels like." Daniel's face stayed hard, while Aaron just smirked, soaking up their drama. Liam didn't back down. "Hannah's killing it at Carano Global Health, running the show. Top schools are begging her to speak. She's got class, respect, the kind of woman born to lead the Cole family." Carano Global Health was legit, a world-class outfit with standards so brutal even hotshot professors struggled to get in, and Hannah was calling shots. Daniel's icy stare softened just a bit. "If this is a misunderstanding, I'll apologize to Miss Gibson, but Aaron's the only grandson-in-law I'll ever accept." Liam's grip on Hannah's hand tightened, his eyes fierce. "Grandpa, I'm not budging. Try to stop me and I'm out. I'll follow Hannah to Aranoland and never look back." Pushing him now would only make it worse. If Liam really ran off with Hannah to Aranoland, the family was toast. Daniel stayed quiet, his brow furrowed deep. The Cole family was hanging by a thread. Daniel's only son was long gone, leaving a grandson who'd rather cut open bodies than cut deals, and a granddaughter who lived for the next party. With no solid heirs, Daniel had bet everything on Aaron, his grandson's husband. But then Liam, that idiot, went and screwed it all up by cheating. Daniel sat, his mind a mess, guilt carved deep into his weathered face as he looked at Aaron. He sighed, heavy with regret. "Aaron, the Coles have done you dirty. If you're not okay with this divorce, I'll fight it till I'm 6 feet under, I swear." Liam clung to Hannah's hand, sweating buckets, scared Aaron might not let him off the hook. Aaron stayed cool, his voice even. "Liam's got a new thing. No point in me sticking around where I'm not wanted." Daniel's shoulders slumped, his voice soft and sad. "The Saxon family's got their heir. You'd just be extra baggage there. Stay with us, Aaron. I'm on my last legs, and when I'm gone, Cole Group's yours." If Liam wouldn't step up and have kids, IVF could fix that. Aaron's kid would still carry the Cole name, and the company would stay in the family. "Grandpa," Liam's face twisted, his voice shrill. "You can't just hand Cole Group to some nobody." Aaron shot him a look that could cut steel. "Grandpa, I was just fine without the Saxons before I hit 20, and I'll keep being fine. This marriage, if Liam won't end it, I will. I'm not hanging around to play loyal husband while he's out screwing around." Daniel pressed a hand to his temple, sighing like the world was on his shoulders. "You two, get out. I need to talk to Aaron alone." Liam started to argue, but Hannah yanked him out the door. Daniel's gaze locked on Aaron, heavy with something unsaid. "Aaron, I'll greenlight the divorce." Relief hit him, but Daniel's next words were a gut punch. "That $150 million you threw in, you can take it back, and that's it. The shares stay with us. I'll toss in this year's dividends to soften the blow," he said. Aaron's eyes flashed with disbelief. $150 mil? That's all you're offering?" Daniel's tone turned steely. "You're not a Cole anymore. Holding 4% of Cole Group isn't right. Grandpa, I never asked for a dime from you people. Why do you think I signed that prenup?" Aaron's voice was ice, his patience gone. When Cole Group was tanking, stocks in the gutter, I dumped 150 mil into it. That 4% was mine, earned, not handed to me. Not just as Liam's husband, but as a shareholder. His eyes darkened as it clicked. I bled for Cole Group. It's flying now because of me. If you're cutting me out of my shares, fine. But by market value, I'm owed $1.4 billion. Daniel's face went pale, then red with outrage. $1.4 billion? That's insane. I'll give you $230 million, plus dividends and a little extra. Take it. Aaron let out a bitter laugh, his heart sinking. Now I see it. All your kindness these past 2 years, just because I was your ticket to saving Cole Group. I had you pegged wrong. You forced that prenup on me, and now this, you're just like the rest. Liam might have been too clueless to see his sacrifices, and Aaron could live with that. But Daniel? He'd watched Aaron pour everything into his company, seen him fight tooth and nail, and now he was acting like Aaron was some crook trying to steal what he'd built. Aaron's eyes blazed as he stared down Daniel. Liam played me, and I'm fine walking out with nothing. I don't give a damn about your coal fortune, but what's mine? No one's touching it. His tone shifted so fast it threw Daniel off. He coughed, gulped water, and said, loud enough to fill the room, Aaron, we're grateful for that $150 million you pumped into Cole Group. It saved us. But word is, your parents only gave $15 million for your wedding gift. His words were sweet, but Aaron caught the shade. He let out a sharp laugh, his face twisting with mockery. Doesn't matter where the cash came from. I put it in. That's the deal. Daniel leaned forward, his voice hard. You didn't get a stake in Cole Group until after you tied the knot with Liam. You signed a prenup, Aaron. You're not touching a dime of this company. Offering you $230 million is already generous, and I haven't even signed the transfer. Aaron's gaze went arctic. So you've been playing me from jump. The prenup hadn't fazed him. His own finances were a mess, and splitting with Liam would have left him in the hole. He didn't care about the shares themselves, but handing them over to the Coles for nothing? Not a chance. It'd be a hassle, but his lawyers could sort it out without him blinking. Daniel, stroking his scruffy beard, shot him a sly look from his sunken eyes. Get wise, kid. Stir up trouble, and you'll regret it. The Tate family won't back you, and crossing the Coles is like headbutting concrete. When charm didn't work, he went full threat. Aaron's lips curled into a taunting grin. If you're set on screwing me over, don't cry when I haul you to court. This was going nowhere, and he wasn't wasting another minute. Daniel sneered. Sue us? I'd love to see what lawyer's dumb enough to take your case and tangle with us. Aaron didn't flinch. You're half in the dirt already. Don't sweat my fights. He turned and strode out, his broad frame filling the doorway. Daniel's face twisted in fury, his breath hitching as he knocked a cup to the floor, shattering it. The clerk, hearing the crash, burst in and caught Aaron's icy stare. Mr. Cole, he said on instinct. Aaron's voice was calm but venomous. The Coles chew people up and don't even spit out the bones. Don't call me Mr. Cole. The clerk stood there, stunned, as Aaron vanished down the hall. In the car, Liam's brow creased, his voice tight with confusion. I don't get why Grandpa's so hung up on Aaron. He really thought he could run Cole Group? Hannah, who'd done her homework on Aaron, spoke softly but with a bite. I looked into him. Aaron never made it to college, barely scraped through middle school. He was a total troublemaker, ditching class, throwing fists, and starting fights. No way he's got the smarts to be VP. Liam's jaw dropped. Aaron, a backwoods brawler? He'd never caught a hint of that past. Hannah kept going, her tone smooth but loaded. That Cole Group mess 2 years ago? I checked it up. 3 board members saw his grandpa was down, swiped the company's cash, and bolted overseas. Cops dragged them back. If anyone deserves props, it's the police. But somehow Aaron got the credit. People even say he sealed big deals to keep the company afloat. And that $150 million? She let it hang. The Tate family never cared about their lost son. They married him off the minute they got him back. No way they handed him $150 million. A few mil, maybe. I'm betting he pulled some shady crap to get that cash. If it blows up, it could sink Cole Group. Hannah gave a breezy shrug, a sly grin tugging at her lips. My grandpas and grandpas have been tight for, forever. When Cole Group was going under, my folks hit it up. I told them to throw a bone, score some good vibes. Liam's eyes widened. Hannah, I've known you forever, and you never said a word about this? His heart swelled. She'd pulled all those strings and let Aaron take the spotlight. She glanced away, waving it off. I don't fish for props, Liam. If Aaron hadn't gone full diva, I'd have kept it quiet. He grabbed her hand, his voice low and earnest. You're too damn good, Hannah. Grandpa's been played by Aaron's act, but once we're married, he'll see you're the real deal. Hannah arched a brow, her confidence radiating. Oh, he'll get the picture. Liam'd been abroad for 2 years, keeping tabs on the company from a distance. His uncle, a brainiac with a PhD from some elite overseas school, started at Cole Group at the same time as Aaron. Every deal he closed, he'd ring Liam to spill the tea. Liam thought it was all clicking now. Hannah's family, the Gibsons, had worked some serious magic to land those contracts. His uncle had done the heavy lifting, letting Aaron take the bows just to help him get his footing. but he'd snatched all the credit without a flinch. Right then, Liam's phone pinged with a text from the clerk, spilling every detail of his grandpa's latest clash with Aaron. His face lit up as he yanked Hannah into a tight hug. "Grandpa's cool with ditching Aaron. We're finally free to move in together." Hannah's lips curved into a smug smirk. "Told you I saw it coming." Liam let out a heavy sigh, scratching his neck. It's not going to be a cakewalk, though. He's coming out swinging, turned down a $230 million deal, and now he's gunning for something $1.4 billion. Hannah snorted, her voice dripping with shade. "Opportunists putting it lightly. But chill. If this hits a courtroom, that money's gotta be dirty. He's screwed." "We need her on our side," Owen Shaw said, his tone all business. "Dude's a legal rock star, ice cold, fair as they come. They don't call her the king of the courtroom for nothing." Her eyes gleamed with a spark of mischief. "Oh, I've bumped into her a time or two. If we lock her down, we're golden." Liam's grin stretched wide as he pulled her close again. "Hannah, where'd I be without you?" Aaron had just kicked off his boots and crashed onto the couch when his phone buzzed up with Benjamin's name flashing on the screen. "Hey, man," Benjamin said, his voice warm, laced with that familiar, laid-back charm. "Got a minute to swing by and shoot the breeze with this old coot?" Aaron propped his laptop on the coffee table, already punching in top divorce lawyers into the search bar. "Ben, I'm kinda tied up." "I hear ya, busy man. Word's out about Liam's drama, too. Listen, I got a pal who's a straight-up beast in court. Perfect for your case." A lawyer picked by Ben? That was a no-brainer. Aaron's lips quirked into a grin. "You're the man, Ben. I'll roll by to thank you proper soon." Benjamin's chuckle practically danced through the phone, his excitement bubbling over. "I'll hook you up with my..." He caught himself, nearly spilling his not-so-secret plan to set him up with his grandson. My buddy's contact. I'll text you his info. You two can get to chatting." "You're a gem, man," Aaron said, his voice low and easygoing. "I'll hit you up soon, promise." "No rush, sweetheart. Win this, and we'll swing by for that big party at my place. Count me in." The call ended, and sure enough, Benjamin's text popped up with a contact card. Aaron added it instantly, firing off a quick message. "Hey, Mr. Webb, got a case I'd love to run by you." Meanwhile, across town at Hannah Seacrest's law firm, Owen Shaw's wife was slogging through a stack of files when Benjamin's message came through, asking him to help a friend with a messy divorce. She shot back a quick, "No prob," only for his phone to ping again, a friend's friend request. Owen Shaw squinted at the screen. "Hannah? Mr. Webb? Wrong guy or what?" But it was Hannah's referral, so he hit accept and typed, "Miss Saxon." Aaron replied, "That's me, man. Hey, Owen, you're laying it on thick with this formal stuff." "A consult, and he already fumbled my name?" Owen thought, a smirk tugging at his lips. Aaron chuckled, picturing one of Ben's old cronies, probably some grizzled dude in his 50s with a cigar-chewing habit. He typed, "Yo, Mr. Webb, Ben sent me your way, said you're the guy for business disputes." Grinning, she still didn't bother correcting him. They texted back and forth for 10 minutes, and he pieced together the whole deal. His wife's company had tanked right after their wedding, so he'd thrown in a chunk of cash to save it. Now, those shares were worth a fortune, 20 times what he'd put in. But her wife's husband was a sellout, and now they were splitting. His family was playing dirty, waving a prenup in his face, claiming his investment was theirs, and offering him chump change to keep his shares. "Mind me asking, what's the number on those shares?" Aaron replied coolly, "About $15 billion. Owen Shaw's eyebrows shot up. "Holy hell, that's serious money. Mr. Hayes, how about you swing by Seacrest Law Firm? We gotta talk this out face to face." The next morning, Aaron roared up to Seacrest Law Firm in his SUV, tires screeching as he parked. Talk about rotten luck. He ran smack into Liam and Hannah right at the entrance. Hannah's eyes raked over Aaron like he was yesterday's trash. Then she let out a nasty chuckle. "Well, look who it is, Mr. Saxon. Here to sweet-talk Miss Shaw into your case. Hate to break it to you, pal, but a shady operator like you, fleecing folks with dirty tricks, she won't touch you with a 10-foot pole." Aaron didn't blink, his stance loose but ready, like he was itching for a fight. "Oh, Hannah, you so sure Seacrest's backing a homewrecker like you in a courtroom?" He threw the jab and sauntered inside, leaving them eating dust. She lunged to grab Aaron's arm, but Aaron, quick as a flash, sidestepped, snatching her wrist and flicking it away like it was nothing. Spinning around, he fixed Hannah with a hard glare. "Keep your damn leash on your girl, Liam. She comes at me again. I'm not just pushing back. I'll break her arm." A cluster of lawyer suits rounded the corner just in time to catch his warning shot. The hallway went dead quiet, every eye glued to the showdown. Liam pulled Hannah into his arms, shielding her as he shot Aaron a scowl. "Real nice, Aaron. Real smooth. Hannah's just trying to save your sorry ass, and you're too bullheaded to see it. I'm letting this slide because you're my guy, but don't push me again." She, nestled against Liam, didn't bother chiming in. "Why waste my breath on a nobody like Aaron? No degree, no job, total small fry vibe. Not worth my time," she thought. Aaron didn't even glance at him. He glided over to the gobsmacked receptionist, cool as ice. "Yo, I'm here for Mr. Webb. Gotta meet." Owen Shaw, who'd been soaking up the whole drama, couldn't peel his eyes off her. His mom wasn't lying. This guy was a force. First take? She was a beast, built to pull Cole Group from the ashes. But when she name-dropped Mr. Webb, Owen Shaw's lips quirked, and he grinned a bit. The receptionist nodded, snapping out of her trance, and nodded toward a middle-aged man in a sharp suit. That's Mr. Webb right there. Cool, Aaron said, all smooth and sharp. Owen Shaw took a step forward, ready to clear up the mix-up, but before she could get a word out, Aaron breezed right past him. He zeroed in on Mason Webb, flashing a quick, confident nod and sticking out his hand. Mr. Webb, yo, what's good? I'm Aaron. You've got to be shitting me, Owen thought. Mason Webb, caught off guard, grabbed his hand and shook it with a blank stare. Hey man, and you are? Aaron's grin went full-on cocky charm. Mr. Hayes sent me your way, said you're the best in the biz for this kind of shit, and I should hire you. Mason Webb's eyes lit up like he'd hit the jackpot. Mr. Hayes knows Mr. Webb, and he's sending me clients? He thought, barely holding back a smirk. He'd been Seacrest's golden boy once, until Owen Shaw rolled in and stole the top lawyer spot. Owen Shaw wasn't just a name, he had serious game, and Mason had to eat it up. Now, though, Mason's grin was practically splitting his face. Miss Hayes, pleasure's mine, he said, tossing a smug eat-that-look Owen Shaw's way. This was spiraling fast. Owen Shaw rubbed his temples, exasperated. Mr. Hayes, Owen! A sharp voice cut through the air, shutting him down cold. She strutted over, tucking a stray curl behind her ear with a coy smile. Hey, I'm Owen. Aaron's gaze slid to Hannah, who stood brooding in the corner, his brow pinched as he leaned back. Sorry, not big on handshakes. Who are you? She froze for a split second, but bounced back with a grin, all chummy. Yo, Hannah, it's me. Your junior, 3 years back, Mandino. We crushed it co-hosting that gala, yeah? After the quick throwback, she got to the point. All right, here's the deal. I need you to take our case. Owen was the legal world's ice-cold rock star. Sharp features, a stare that could freeze hell, and a 6'3" frame that owned any room, even when he was just lurking. He radiated don't test me energy, and Liam, Hannah's boyfriend, was clearly feeling it. He stepped up, chest out. It's a divorce case, Miss Owen. You got us, we'll make it worth it. Owen Shaw raised a brow, amused by Liam's nerve. She looked from Liam to Hannah, then slowly turned to Aaron, who watched it all unfold without flinching. You want me to represent you, Owen said flatly, addressing Hannah. Yeah, Hannah replied, her voice confident. You're the best, everyone knows it. A beat passed. Owen's lips curved into a sharp smile. Nah, I've already taken the case, his. She pointed at Aaron. Liam's jaw dropped. Hannah's smug confidence cracked. Aaron gave a half smile and crossed his arms. Guess I beat you to it. Owen turned, already walking toward the conference room. Aaron, you're with me. We've got work to do. Aaron followed, his steps calm and steady. As the door closed behind them, the hallway echoed with silence. Liam stared after them, seething. Hannah's nails dug into her palm. In that moment, they both knew. They weren't just fighting Aaron Saxon. They were going to war with the best damn lawyer in the city.